Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Shaylin with 8-Bit Co-op, and I am here after we went ahead and did the last episode of where we went and finished out Valewood. We completed the bear cave, and we killed the marauders who captured Tenfirth. I think Tenfirth should be back here now. There he is. Tenfirth? It's you, my savior. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It is so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. Gilded Vale minor positive. So, a savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. So he is back, and he is quite ecstatic to be back. As you can see, taking any of his goods is like thievery. So I'm not going to take any of his goods because I happen to like Tenfirth. And you know, he's kind of had it rough lately. He went, oh wait, we have a character who's ready to... Gage has enough experience to level up. Let's see what we can get Gage. Okay, so Gage, we are focusing on survival and stealth. So, I'm going to go ahead and focus on survival with him. Okay, and... okay. Vicious Companion, 1.15 damage. Accurate wounding shot, accuracy, damage reduction. Animal range companion. The ranger's animal companion gains improved defenses against charm, confusion, dominated afflictions. Merciless Oh, sneak attack. That's kind of neat. What kind of utility do we have? Wound binding. Oh, that might be helpful. I may need to get a new hat. Looking at his paper doll, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the increase in damage, so for him to increase his... And then talents, there you go. Okay, so one of the things we had said we were going to do previously, I am going to go ahead and see about hiring some help because I want to go in. I'm just going to get a level 1 adventurer. I'm going to do a female this time. I'm going to do a female. You know what? I'm going to exit this because I want to see real quick. Okay, let me look and see what would complement my party the most. I have a fighter, I have a cipher, I have a wizard, and I have a ranger. That's what I thought.
Hail and well met.
My concern is that I do not have a healer type, like a straight healer, a priest. So I'm gonna go ahead and get an Orlin, resolving perception. Okay. Yeah, I really don't like wild Orlins. I don't like how they look. And then I am going to get them as a... What does a druid do? Spirit shift and spells. Let me see, what's a paladin? Faith and conviction. You know what, I just might as well go straight priest. Priest deity. I will not get anything that's cruel. I happen to typically like benevolent. Let me see what this is. Okay. Let's see. Favored, benevolent, and honest. Aggressive, clever, no. Deceptive, cruel, negative. Deceptive, clever, So stoic and rational. Let's see. People commented Breath is restless in part because it does not often speak to them. However, Breath has many, many petitioners and occasional followers. I think it's going to be Eothas. And I know I'm killing that. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and increase my intellect and my might. And then my dex by 2 and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to find something that helps my stats. Because my might and my intellect is okay. My dex and resolve, not so much. So I'm going to try to find something. I think I'm going to go with this for the dex. The dexterity, which can help with the action speed of the spells. Let me see. We are looking for someone with let's see. That'll help stealth or survival. I'm just going to go aristocrat. And then colors. I tend to pick the same colors. For some reason, purple is my favorite color. So I tend to go towards always picking the purple. So I'm going to try to find some. No, red is not good. Ugh. I'm not a big fan of red. We'll go more neutral. Let's see, what kind of... Okay, there's only 2 heads. That doesn't look too bad, personally. Fits. It fits pretty well, so I'm down with it. Okay, and just aristocrat, so let's pick noble, and the name is going to be Gisela. And welcome to our party, Gisela. It is nice that we could hire you. Okay, so what I plan on doing is going over and doing the, it looks like temple basement over here, because that's what we were going to do, and then I did remember, oh wait, let's stealth, because we may be missing something. But then I remembered about the bear cave, so I wanted to make sure that I got the bear cave. Intellect affects area effect and duration of abilities in the will defense. It may be used in conversations as well, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, a rising sun and 3 dawn stars. The symbol of Eothas, which is good because that's exactly who our deity is. Hello? Who's there? A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look towards the doorway to his left. The place is not so empty as I thought. He angles a look up at Eder. Paying your respect, Eothasian? He managed a pain grin. A little risky, isn't it? Think what the townsfolk would say. Safer down here than up there, even with the rats as big as they are. A faint edge of hostility belies Eder's playful tone. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best, times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that is what you're thinking. Not one of his types either. Wharton jerks his chin towards Adair. Just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. What happened to you? I was trying to avoid the spiders. He breathes a quiet laugh. Ran into a sculder. Might have gone a little bit better for me if the beast hadn't knocked the sword right out of my hand. Good blade, too. Probably still lying there in the dust. He smiles wearily. But I'm not, so that's all right. It's not a bad wound, I think. Just hurts. Well, I could go get your sword for you. That's kind of you, but there's no need. It wasn't doing me any good. You're welcome to it, though, if you find it. And more if you help me get something more important. With an arm like this, I could use your help. The man points a finger upstairs. These ruins around us used to be a temple of Eothas, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over Deerwood. From... Riadceras, even. That one just trips me up every time. I don't know why, because I want to say Redceres, and that's not what it is. It's an I keep putting an accent on the wrong syllable, so not so much from Riadceras these days. Until the war, of course. Even then, you get some stubborn ones. The ones that couldn't get through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Lord Raedric allowed them to worship. Lord Raedric would clear out the place from time to time, make arrests. It wasn't until the legacy that he started losing patience. He sent his guards in to put the priests to the sword, bring the place down, burn some of the books. And that was that. He looks away. Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Raedric decided he had been too lenient on the Eothasians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down here, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Raedric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Raedric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end, see? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is, as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Wharton licks his lips. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. It doesn't sit right with me. If you can go down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. Wharton breathes out. No small task. There's coin in it for you, if you need motivating. Allah's cautious expression softens. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. I'll find them. Then by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still, if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches on the wall, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I don't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Okay, so let's go see what we're getting ourselves into. So it definitely sounds like spiders.
Nice and quiet.
And it sounds like undead. Definitely undead. Yep. Will-o-wisp. Okay. Okay, so what can I do for this person? That's first. Then that. Okay. And let me see what the priest has. Just a couple of spells. So we'll just have her. You know what? Okay, so we're going to have to arm the priest with a bow. Or some kind of Oh, there's two of them. Okay, that didn't go down too bad. Oh, there is...
Charge!
Oh, he was,
Attack!
There was definitely... What is it? Confused. Confused. Oh. That's kind of rough. Okay. This parchment is worn and tattered, and the ink upon it faded. In this time of hardship must have been just as much faith in ourselves. Okay, so let's see what's under this. What can you hide under a brick? Ah, more rock. Okay, but before we move on, let's see what we can get her so that she does nothing yet. Okay. Because she does not need to be all up on people to be fighting. I'm just saying. So as soon as we get a bow, she needs to have a bow placed. Oh, we need to...
The better part of valor.
Again, one of the things that you want to do is make sure you're running around in stealth mode, because you just said there's a lot of traps, there's a lot of hidden chambers, so... Okay, here's the spiders. Spiders give me the willies, because where there's one, there's always more than one. Always. That has never been a case where I have not said, hey, there's one spider. See? See? That's what I'm talking about. I don't get into the whole, oh, there's one spider thing, because they all got friends. It's like, hey, I'm gonna run with my boys. No, no, I'm good, thanks. Let's take out the small spider. Oh, you ain't dying of poison.
Leave it to me.
You ain't dying of poison.
A little rest is in order.
What is that? Stuck! He's stuck. See, one of the things I like is these little things over here next to the little icons next to their picture. You just hover over it and it'll tell you exactly what's going on. Spider venom sac. So maybe that'll be something that'll work for crafting. Okay, more of the little creepy crawlies that I just do not like.
For Eothas! Leave it to me.
Eothas. Eothas. Okay.
Hey.
Oh no, we want the whole party.
Laying low.
What's up here? Spirit. The nearby crystals light the cracked mosaic floor in shades of orange, and at certain angles the metallic symbol beneath your feet gleams gold. As you look on, the air shimmers as if with summer heat. The very dust and air seem to pull together until a thin, glowing mist appears before you. In its rippling gleam, you sometimes think you can see the shape of a man, features rendered in broad strokes of air and smoke. Who are you? Your voice sparks movement, and the spirit surges with a sudden blazing light, and in the next moment you are somewhere else, your mind assailed with sudden wave of fear and noise. You are in the chapter hall. Priests and faithful have gathered in a great crowd, spilling into the hall. Bodies press against you, surging forward to listen. Your own grief is mirrored in the faces around you. Some of the initiates are weeping. Someone has snuffed the candles, and the room is dark, save for the podium, lit from behind. Two people stand before it, lit in silhouette. A man is shouting, voice so ragged with fear you cannot understand what he is saying, but the rectrix stands calm, unmoving. Her strength will see you all through these dark times. You feel that hope like a spark behind your ribs. Somewhere behind you, someone begins to sing. The spirit tears itself from you with a sudden dizzying force, and you find yourself back before the ruined altar, swaying. The spirit fades as suddenly as it appeared. And your party looks at you like you are crazy yet again. Because that's what they end up doing.
Nice and quiet.
Every time something like this happens. So, well, this looks like the very interesting introduction to the Eothasian Temple. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for this time, and I think next episode will be spent exploring this temple a little bit more, getting to feel what's going on in here, because I think there's more to this story than what it initially seems on first glance. So thank you for joining me in this episode of Pillars of Eternity, and I hope to see you next time as we continue our journey into the Eothasian Temple. Goodbye.